Welcome back. Summit League basketball tournament coming up on Saturday afternoon. South Dakota State's women taking on North Dakota State. And the Jacks beat the Bison by 20 and 21 in the two regular season meetings this year. But this 2 versus 7 seed matchup might be better than you think. Here's NDSU head coach Maren Walseth talking tournament with Shawn.
Now welcome in Maren Walseth to chat about the Bison women's past week at home, plus look ahead to the Summit League tournament this coming weekend as the Bison get set to take on rival South Dakota State. And first of all, Coach, when you look back at this last week, 1-point game against Western Illinois, great start up 9-2. Another game, you ran out and got a nice run on Omaha in the second quarter and the third quarter. But again, it comes down to those final 10 minutes and a play here and a play there, and all of a sudden they had to be a couple of L's, but they were competitive, good, fun games to watch.
I was very pleased with our first half. And a chunk of our second half against Western. I really thought the players focused on the game plan, were committed to the game plan, and like you said, just a play here or a play there. And then you fast forward to Omaha. Again, it comes down to execution, both on the offensive end and the defensive end. And there was a chunk of time that it just didn't go our way.
That may have been your best defensive week in a while. I mean, Western Illinois, a team that loves to put points on the board, and I know they were able to run out and get some points late, but you really held the Leathernecks at bay, only 30 first half points.
I think a lot of that goes down again to the scout and our players' discipline to be committed to transition defense and then kind of what we were looking for in the half court defensively of allowing different looks and really protecting that three-point line.
When you go back against Omaha, again, these are experiences you look and say you can go back in teaching moments on film and say, boy, if we do this, this, and this, we probably come out of a victory on that. I'm sure the players see that too, where they're like, we just have, even Tyra Spencer said it, we just have to find a way to get over the hump on these close games, and that's a tough thing to learn.
It is, especially when you have a young group, and I feel like we've been saying that for quite some time, and there are areas that we are getting over the hump, and there are improvements that are being made, but certainly it comes down to a rebound, it comes down to an execution, it comes down to one or two things that these young players are committed to continuing to get better at.
And now everybody's 0-0. That's the good thing going into this weekend at the Summit League tournament. Obviously a big opportunity, big challenge ahead of you with South Dakota State. What do you make of that matchup in the first round?
I think it's a good matchup for us. We were able to go down to Frost Arena and play a very competitive game in a hostile environment. Certainly the Summit League tournament will be no different. But as you said, it's kind of the third season to our season being the postseason play where everybody starts back at even.
And you never know what happens when you get to tournament play. We've seen wild things happen in the past, so good luck this weekend.
Thank you.
All right, and that game against South Dakota State coming up at 2:30 on Saturday afternoon in Sioux Falls. The Bison women looking for their first tournament win since 2009. Meanwhile, the women of the University of South Dakota will be the tournament favorites this year after running through a perfect regular season at 14-0. Can the Coyotes keep it going? We'll hear from head coach Don Plitzowite coming up next.